Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Brian and Jim here with Drink a Beer and Play a Game, and welcome to another episode of the Power Hour.
Yes, hello everybody. Welcome to episode 160. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hope you're all doing well. And yeah, gotta give a big shout out and thank you to our guests from last time, Alex and Trav, the SNES Drunk and the NES Friend, the boys from Drunk Friend. So always have a blast talking to those guys. Make sure to check out the links in the last episode and check it out if you haven't seen it yet.
I still have nightmares of Mike Lennon.
So many long necks.
That neck. And
How
choosing
many pictures of quarterbacks did you go through for that thumbnail?
a couple. And even him, there was like, what's the perfect one? And his head just fit perfectly in between us. So I was like, you know what? All right, that's the right one.
I saw it, I was like, son of a bitch.
No, thank you guys. It was great having you on. Can't wait to talk to you guys again in the future.
Hopefully in person in one of these fine events coming up at some point.
It needs to be. Yeah. I don't know. But Chambers, we are finally back together.
Yep.
And as you know, what's today's date?
It is the April 25th?
What's right around the corner, Jim?
April 26th? It's May. Yes, I know. No IPA May. It's coming back. We're bringing it back.
So, yeah. Well, last year, a ton of you, and we really appreciate it, on Instagram, on Twitter, you joined us for No IPA May. And it really is a callback to Jim and I when we started this page. We weren't big fans of IPA. Now it's the only style you can find at beer stores. And while we definitely enjoy it, we've said it's a little overdone.
There was I was thinking about throwing in here for, not this week, maybe next week or something. There's a tweet that went viral. It's like, hey, microbreweries. That'll be a fun idea instead of your 12th IPA. How about a fucking Pilsner?
Dude.
And that thread, oh boy, that could be a drinker's mad. That's a new bit.
It's, yeah. I mean, God forbid you say that. And we started kind of like, all right, we didn't think many people would join us, and we had a ton. Last year's winner was our buddy Peekaboozy. It was a great time. And I liked the idea of you have to force yourself to not just do IPAs. And I think you even said last year you had a few styles that you normally probably wouldn't have.
I think I had a lot more porters and stouts that I normally do.
Yeah.
So.
And it seems like it kind of turned you on to more porters and stouts.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So this year again, a winner will be determined, and there will be a prize. Maybe a shirt again. Things are in the works. But either way, once May rolls around, just all you got to do is do your hashtag #NoIPAMay, show us what beer you're drinking, and the more creative the photo, the more people seem to vote for it and like it. So make sure, get creative with the photos. That's all I'm going to say. You can see the post below from all the photos that were submitted to us last year.
Creative, revealing, however you want to go about it. Who's to say?
Is that not the same, Jim?
Who's to say? Who's to say? Things might help you.
Jim, I mean, if you submit it and you wore some bikinis, maybe it would get a lot more likes.
Right, I can't win my own contest. It wouldn't be fair. It would be too easy. I at least have the fourth nicest set of tits out of everyone that submitted.
Damn it, Jim. So, in honor of No IPA May, we're going out with a bang. I want to get rid of all the IPAs I had, but this is one someone told me about a few times from Firestone. It's their Mind Haze IPA. It's their hazy, and it's 6.2%. I've been told it's really good. Like I said, I've had a lot from Firestone, and I will say they are pretty damn good. So far, sipping it.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's not blowing me away. What I do like is... I mean, you never get bitterness really from hazies, but this one's extra, kind of smooth.
Yeah, it is really smooth, almost a little sweet.
Yeah. There's something there where you're like, okay, it doesn't taste really like a hazy. It's got super. I don't even know what the fruit would be, like a mango or a. I don't know, some kind of
What's California known
papaya
for?
Or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's from California. They're softer people out there, Brian. You can't make it too hard on them.
What are you trying to say, Jim?
Yeah, they're a bunch of pussies. I don't know. What do you want?
So, yeah.
They don't live the harsh, fast lifestyle of us East Coasters who are constantly miserable.
I mean, they didn't grow up in the OC. And their OC is not like my OC.
Yeah, okay.
Jim, you got to rep the OC.
I'm not repping shit.
All right, Chambers. So what have you been playing this past week?
Well, for the games that I had been working on, so fucking Castlevania Circle of the Moon. I'm at the final Dracula boss, and I'm up to like 20 tries so far, and I just keep dying.
How many forms?
So far it's just been 2 major forms.
Okay, I haven't played that one, so I
Yeah,
don't
so
know.
I mean, like the standard Dracula form, and then like he turns into like a thing like 6 times as big as you're a sprite. So like
Okay.
this like giant like kind of serpent-ish monster looking like half devil, half serpent thing. So no, it's cool. It's a good fight. It's just I haven't fucking beaten it yet. So
Have you done the saves in between states yet?
yes,
And you still didn't beat it?
I'm stuck on the second stage.
Now, did you fuck yourself by saving with not enough life?
No, and actually I'm thinking about just like going back and trying to just like beat the first form with like saving more life.
Okay.
But I'm at the point where I have a full life bar going into it. I just don't have any potions and shit.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... It's not giving me encouragement for when I play that.
I mean, it's not like the game itself isn't like super duper hard. I fucked myself, I realized, in the late game because I definitely hit a spot where like it's standard Metroidvania shit. You can go anywhere you want. So I went to an area that I was woefully underprepared for, but then like I kind of save stated in a part that like kind of like I couldn't go back, so I just had to kind of like trudge through it. So a part that should have taken me a half hour took me like 6 hours.
Yep. I've been down that trap.
So yeah, so that was fun. I mean, it made the next 2 parts extremely easy, but yeah. But no, it is a good game. And I haven't looked up any guides, like, so it isn't in that vein.
Well,
of,
shit, if you're a
Metroidvania.
Dracula at this point,
I'm at the end, yeah.
yeah, you also, I've been there where you know what you need to do. It's like, but you just, there's like one little time you fuck up and you go, God damn it.
I got stupid fingers. The stupid fingers will kill me right now. So, besides that, I did a little more grinding in Elden Ring. I haven't had a lot of time, just free time in general.
Any better? Any worse? Or any different?
I still like it just as much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I still, grind, die, but it's fun.
Did you fight the hand spiders?
No, I haven't fought that yet. No, I'm still way too early in the game. And then what else? Couple knockoffs for the old level 50 club.
Mm-hmm.
So, and for anyone new to the page, level 50 club is our quest to beat 50 games in the year 2020. So, well, actually, what do you call it? So we're going through the Burger King games. I think we talked about that last time.
Yeah, we did.
So I finished off Big Bump and I'm almost done Pocket Bike Racer. Just, I figure it's a $5 game. I should get first place in all the races. So it's only 12 of them. But speaking of racing games.
Oh, God.
So, but before we get to that, that's the main event. First up, Magical Chase GB. So, Japanese-only Game Boy port of the TurboGrafx 16 game with an extremely limited release that's worth thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Did you already have this?
I've had this for a while. I bought the
Okay.
repro ages ago.
Gotcha, okay.
So, yeah, I have a translated repro. It costs me comes in a nice little DS case they converted to a Game Boy case. It's cute. It's only a little $20 package. Game's fun. Nice little witch-based shoot 'em up. So, it's not super hard. The graphics are definitely dumbed down from what I've seen from the TurboGrafx version. You gotta expect that, but solid shooter. Good music.
Jim, why?
It's the only way I was ever gonna somewhat legitimately experience Magical Chase.
Did
'Cause
you
the Game
need
Boy-
to experience it, though?
Yes, obviously
You needed to.
needed to. It was a must.
Have you played every overly expensive NES game? No.
No.
But you needed to do it for TurboGrafx?
Yes.
Damn it, Jim.
I'm a man of culture, Brian. And speaking of culture, Herbie fully loaded on the Game Boy Advance.
Why?
$1 at a thrift store 6 years ago.
That's not answering my question. I know why you would buy it.
I assumed that it would be a cheap, shitty cash-in that I could probably beat fast. And Brian, I was correct.
How long did it take you? 30 minutes?
No, probably because I did the story, quote-unquote story mode, and we'll get to it more when we do our update video. But there's a story mode, and there's a championship mode, and I figured I might as well do each. There's also a free play mode.
Jim, I gotta say, for your 50 entries, you seem to be phoning them in with a lot of Game Boy games.
Listen, Public Combo,
Hey,
don't you fucking
I've been
tell me
supporting-
about things.
This has not been a
You
new
don't-
thing. You've never
you
touched a
don't-
Game Boy before
I'm
this
experiencing
year.
new things. I am expanding my horizons.
Yokoi kids and this are the only reason you've ever touched Game Boy.
That's goddamn right. See, it's about time I did. Had to catch up. Had to culture myself.
I've been playing Puppet Combo for years. And speaking of, that it has been... I took my break from crazy long games. I now sunk another 10 hours in a Witcher. I have no fucking idea how long that game's going to take me. So I was like, you know what? Let me play some more Puppet Combo. And I got into like those games are one of those where it's like as I beat them, I want to play them more. But if I get stuck, I'm like, screw it. But no, I like blasted through. And you know what? I didn't even count 3 games that I actually beat because I was like, these ones went too fast. Like either
really?
I got lucky RNG on here or I don't know. I said, I beat this way too fast. I'm not even going to count these.
Where you feel bad about it?
I was like, I can't count this. This was like 25 minutes. And on the one game, I beat it. And then I found out there was 4 endings. So I made myself get at least 2 or 3 of them to count it.
Oh.
But yeah, no, all of them, we'll go into detail. I'm nearing the end of like every puppet combo game. Now I'm at the point where all I have left are games that were either unreleased or still in development, which, you know, from the Patreon, he's like, if you can, don't share this info. But it's funny because like every YouTuber seems to have shared info on all of them.
Of course they have.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'll try not to share too much, and I won't count those especially. I'll still play them, but yeah, the finished games are the ones I'll put in the level 50. Outside of that, like I said, I've kind of rekindled my love for Dead by Daylight, but I did it with a way that was kind of inspired after our conversation with Trav. So do you remember when I did my challenges like with Nemesis and Leon, like 50 escapes, 50 kills? So one of the reasons I hate playing killers because you know me. I'm a little too competitive for my own good.
True.
I get too angry for my own good.
True.
But to counter that, I just said, you know what? I'm going to go through every killer, get 100 kills, and to make it interesting for me is I'm going to, like, I have a spreadsheet, and I'm going to track.
Of course.
I'm going to track the stats. Like,
thank you, Chad, for bringing that back.
Yep. So I'm going to track, like, what perks I used, all this stuff, just for information. And once you know, my first game, I got 0 kills. They teabagged me at the gate, and I was like, you motherfuckers.
Woo, with insult to injury.
So I've played, like, maybe 5 games so far of that, and I'm now up to, like, 9 or 10 kills already, but it was just that first game. I was like, this is how it's starting, huh? So
welcome back.
Yeah, outside of that, I actually did finally go to GameStop, and it is a Patreon request, but I got Spider-Man for the PS4.
Oh, nice.
So that'll probably, like, I'm debating, do I start that while I'm in the middle of Witcher? I don't know. I might have to, because like I said, Witcher is just going to take forever. And I love it, but it's taking forever. I'm at that point now, like you and I are the same, just like with like Fallout New Vegas, where I feel like you go above and beyond doing all the side quests. Mm-hmm. And now I'm at the point like there's a game within there, just like in Fallout New Vegas, there was a card games you could play.
Yeah.
There's a specialty card game in Witcher that now like I refuse to play any of them. Even if I fail a mission, I'm like, I don't need to, like, it does nothing for combat or whatever.
No.
I'm like, so yeah, I'm not spending my time doing that anymore.
Does it at least have the boobies like in the first Witcher games?
Oh, there's nothing but, like, every time you talk to a female, somehow it always leads to, like, sex. And I'm always kind of like, wow, they went pretty far here. Like, maybe I just haven't seen enough boning in games. I was like, they're really showing a lot.
Can you see enough boning in games?
The only other boning I've ever seen was God of War.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I'm like...
Did you say that was more tastefully done?
Considering you had a button, it's like smash harder in that. I was like, yeah, it's a little more tastefully done here.
All right. Fair enough.
But yeah, no. So that's really been it for me for right now. Speaking of Level 50 Club, I have been updating the list. I think yesterday was the only day I haven't gotten to it. Still kind of nursing a hangover from a bachelor party this weekend. So it is up to date. Make sure you check our site, though, as of tomorrow or as of today when you're listening to this. But yeah, we want to thank you guys once again. And our buddy Lucas, who already hit 50, now has his goal of 100, which, you know what?
Monster.
He already got to 50 in February. I'm sure he's going to get to 100, unless he only does like long ass RPGs.
Yeah, I know.
That's my only guess.
Lucas, just enjoy the games, man. Just let it breathe, buddy.
Yeah, and everyone else, like I said, I love seeing your progress. I love G, G hasn't posted in a while. What's his name?
Like BPH, he's been killing it. Like Dan from Console Wars has been getting a little more consistent.
He's been getting more into it, but God damn it, why am I so bad on names? Travis.
Oh.
Yeah, he's been picking up, and I like that I see some pretty difficult games being thrown out there. They're not like this guy who's only doing easy games.
What? What? I played so you don't have to.
So, speaking of people who've been following along with Level 50 Club, Chambers, what do we got for Patreon this week?
Patreon.com/DrinkABeerandPlayAGame, where for as little as $2 a month, you can ask a question that we'll answer on each and every single one of these Power Hour podcasts. Or you can be like the absolute madman, JD Maines, who just upped his pledge to $20 fucking a month.
Dude.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you. So, you can ask 2 questions and get 2 requests in.
And Brian will blow you.
And Jim will do the truffle shuffle, oiled up.
Hey, $20 is $20. This time I can do it. Shit.
So, what do we got this week?
All right, first up from Gamer Astral. Would you consider selling your Twitter account for the right price? Yes.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
Well, who is it to?
I don't care.
You don't care. Now, what if...
The right price, I do not care.
Wait. Let's preface it, Chambers. What if it's not made public, it's been sold, and they're going under the guise of you?
For the right price, I don't give a shit.
Let's say it's your personal account, not the page account.
No, I mean, that's worthless, but...
But I'm saying, like, let's say for whatever it is, it's Jim Napoleon is doing this, and you sold it to Al-Qaeda, Jim.
Hey.
Then what?
Inshallah.
Damn it, Jim. Now here's the real question, because we know dignity is a wavering line.
Is it ever?
What is the right price?
I don't know. I mean, if you've dangled like 10 grand in front of me, I would not say no.
For potentially dragging your name through the mud?
Yeah, it's not much dragging you got to do there. It's already half in, half out, so, you know.
Okay.
Well, Brian, why would I be without 10 grand to be halfway in the mud, or with 10 grand to be fully in the mud?
See, maybe I'm just more risk adverse. I would definitely be worried, like, what would they be claiming in my name? Whoever bought it. If it was, like, just random company, like whatever, like a regular big-ass business, Best Buy or something.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to give a shit about that.
But if it's some shady dude, I'm going to be like, why?
Right.
It's going to really make me be like...
There'll be a caveat. I'll be like, just don't rape any kids. Yeah, you know what? Just give me money, say what you want, just don't rape any kids, please.
God.
Or anyone. I should say don't rape anyone, especially no kids. Especially.
Damn it, Jim.
Caveats.
Good. I guess that was a good catch by you. But yeah, if you know what? If in this acquisition, Elon Musk wants to also buy our account, throw us a few shekels, I'll take it.
Shit, you want some minor league influencers? I'll throw a Tesla logo up here. I don't give a shit.
We'll gladly be sponsored.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Elon Musk taking over Twitter, if you need a safe haven away from Twitter, because people hate Elon Musk, it's fine to do it.
Who needs a safe haven?
I'm just being dramatic here.
Oh, no. I have seen people be dramatic about it.
Because, I know people who are like, I don't know about Twitter anymore. I just hate Elon. It's like, that's fair.
But
the people who are like, oh, democracy's dying, it's like, yay.
But my whole point is, if he's buying it, he wants to now open it up for everyone.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. Is that incorrect?
That's what he's saying.
I'm saying, whether he does or not, that's what he's saying. So, on principle, the thing that we know right now Twitter's not is you get shadow banned left and right for bullshit. Is that not a better thing?
In theory.
If that happens, yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Remains to be seen.
Yeah, I'm also at the point where I say, like, something like Twitter, it's already such a cesspool.
Right.
Let it be a complete open cesspool. Like, don't filter or block shit. Let the people, like, if you want to block someone, let you block whoever you want.
Right.
But the company shouldn't be auto-blocking people.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So that's where I'm like, if that's what he does with it, okay. Make it a dirty It's already I hate it. That's why you're the Twitter guy.
Yeah. Thank God I don't take it too seriously, because I've seen some stuff, I'm just like, man, you guys are lost in the sauce here.
They are, yeah. I feel bad if anyone takes it too serious. Remember, you don't have to use the app. Be like me.
I mean, people have been locked down for 2 years. For some people, that's all they got, so.
Then watch us.
Exactly.
We'll be
join our Discord, speaking of escapes.
Yep.
Link to the Discord is below, so join a nice, friendly community.
We'll be your safe haven.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Damn it. Good question, though, bud. Thank you.
Yep. And this applies for pre or post Elon. I don't care. Just fucking pay me. Next up from 5th Gen Mook. Most hours logged into beating a game.
Well, do you only count individual? Like, because if it's across all of Call of Duties, that could be really high. But if it's one individual,
are you counting it as beating it though, or
oh, that's true. If it's just beating it, then it's got to be Skyrim or Fallout. It like has to be for me for those.
Yeah, probably Fallout New Vegas for me. I think I put more time into that than Skyrim overall because I did all 4 of the storylines or 5 or whatever it was.
Yeah. I mean, I think one. So
but like Skyrim, I did one and done, but I put like 80 hours into my one, so it's like
that's yeah. That's what I know. Skyrim, the first time beating it was 80, and I think I did Fallout 4 with the DLCs. That might have been like 100 and some hours. So that probably gets it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not one of those ones who've put like 500 hours into like any one game. I mean, maybe I have in some of my older games over the years.
Well, that's my question. In a game that you
because then again, like the Call of Duties when I was like super into that, or like StarCraft back in the day, where I would play like almost every single day. So
I remember there'd be something impressive and depressing about the Call of Duty, the old ones. I don't know if the new ones still do it, but you'd see like time played. Like we'd think it would be crazy to see like 1 day, and then like I'd see some people like 25 days after like 3 weeks. Like where the math didn't even add up. You're like, wait a second, how is that possible?
Yeah.
But yeah, like so maybe like I don't even know though. I've literally haven't touched a Call of Duty in so long. Where it used to probably be if you went across the franchise total time and all that and like multiplayer, that would have to be crazy. I don't even know how much, but yeah. I wonder how much you've logged in Guitar Hero.
That is a good question because that was my life for a good couple years.
I mean, yeah, and all the random parties and stuff because all the games are your favorites. I feel like there's still only 20, 30 minutes tops. Like Star Fox and Streets of Rage, even if you beat it a lot, like
even if I've beaten them hundreds of times, which I have, it's still like yeah.
So that's a good question, but yeah, no, definitely one of the Bethesda games. But Jim, Elden Ring, you're gonna get more than 10 hours, so you're gonna get like 500 hours in that, right?
Yeah, that'll take me a decade, but yes, I will hit that. Next up from Burn Retinas, what's a discontinued brew that you would like to bring back?
Well, I know we said this. It might have been, I think, with Nick as on the $5 tier, but we talked about Ghostface Killer just because it's the world's spiciest beer, which you can't get anymore.
Yeah. I'd go with Wild Blue.
But I think that's still available.
Is it still around?
I think I just saw it because somebody mentioned it. Let me double check. But if that isn't available, I would 100% agree with that. Let me see. But yeah, no, Ghostface Killer, because like I said, that is just for the like fuck with your friend factor.
Yeah, it's got a good novelty to it.
But yeah, let's see. Wild Blue beer. Still available.
Nah, no shit. I just haven't seen it in forever.
Yeah, so well, what was the beer? Yeah, we definitely talked about this with Nick because he had mentioned like that Bud Light Select or something to like.
Oh yeah, the Miller Lite Select.
Yes,
the dark...
one of the ones with like a silver label and I had like the spade on it.
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, what was the one? Fuck, you and I think agreed. Is Molson Tripwax still around?
It should be. I mean, it's one of the. Not to say hard to find, but like it's not as readily available as like anything else.
Like I said, Ghostface Killer's up there just for the reason.
Yeah, like a lot of things I miss is just shit that doesn't get shipped over here anymore. So
yeah,
I can't really think of like a specific
one that was. Oh, you know what? Now I remember my answer from Evil Genius. I liked. They had 2 different varieties of chocolate pumpkin beers. They have Trick or Treat, which is still available now, but they used to have one, and the name is escaping me right now. But it was a more chocolatey stout. Think like Warlock from Southern Tier, and I remember thinking this is damn delicious. But like most bigger beer companies, eventually they said, "All right." The Trick or Treat sold better, so we're sticking with that. And they dropped the other one, which was a shame because the other one was really damn good too. So I wish they would bring that back. And they're old labels because they're another son of a bitch one. They kept the cool name and they went minimalist again.
Speaking of things I meant, well, we've talked about it 1,000 times, missing the more advanced beer labels and shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the circle of life, Brian. Like, you know, new new company needs to really get that pizzazz and get your attention, so they hire a cool artist, put some cool art on there. Then they blow up, and it's like, yeah, Helvetica.
I don't like it, Jim.
Times New Roman.
I don't like it. Damn it. I want wing bats.
I want Calibri.
Damn it. I'm Georgia all the way.
All right, enough of this.
Corey, you're new.
Shut the fuck up.
You know how many labels I've downloaded for our videos
Oh,
at this
I know
point?
you have. But no, that was a good one. Next up from Travis Lee of the Roast Morning Podcast. Make sure to check that out. What is your favorite shrimp in a video game?
What?
Goddamn shrimp.
The fuck? I don't, you know what? I just gotta look up shrimp in video game because I don't know how to answer that. I wish they would make a Forrest Gump game where one of it is like a shrimp level.
Oh.
Shrimp in video games. I can't even.
It seems like it would be a little too, like, a Forrest Gump game seems like something that would have come out on, like, the Commodore. If the movie was, like, a little earlier.
There is a platformer called Shrimp on Steam.
Really?
Sure is, Jim. And you're like a legit ass, not like a cartoon shrimp, but a shrimp.
Oh, wow.
Just for that, I'm going to say Shrimp on Steam.
That looks very interesting.
But the scary...
I want to say, like, there's got to be, like, some kind of mutant shrimp in, like, as a boss in a game or something.
No, I was going to say the scariest shrimp, I'm pretty sure, I'm 95% sure, in Fallout 4, Far Harbor, there's mutated shrimp that come after you, and they're called, like, fog crawlers or something. And they're creepy as hell, just like anything in Fallout.
Right.
So they're the creepiest, and they're the only ones I can actually think of that I've encountered. So that's my answer for something I can relate to.
And I am completely blanking. I'll come back to this.
Jim doesn't like shrimp.
I do like shrimp. I eat shrimp all the fucking time.
You don't like shrimp.
I like shrimp.
There's gumbo shrimp, shrimp on potatoes.
Apparently there's shrimp enemies in Metro. Maybe we got to play Metro one of these days.
God damn it, Jim.
All right, so, yes.
Thank you, Travis, you son of a bitch.
Fucking button hooked. And last up from Alex Perez. Is there going to be a no IPA this year?
I think we jumped the shark on that one.
Oops. So, yeah!
Yes. And Alex, we expect you to be one of the first submissions. I know you submitted last year.
I think you did a couple last year.
Yeah. So, absolutely, join us. Grab your lagers, grab your every other type of ale, and enjoy a whole month with no bitterness.
Look, just because you lost to a hot blonde last time doesn't mean it'll happen again. Get those tries in.
Damn it. No, but thank you all once again. And JD Maines, thank you so, so much. Not deserving, but we truly appreciate it.
Yeah, for real.
Alrighty, so we're back on to our second mind haze. And Chambers, what do you think?
So far, so good. Like, I really have nothing...
There's nothing bad at all to say about it. And what I love is...
there's, like, no strong opinions. It's, like, perfectly fine.
It's oddly like a session beer, but a hazy IPA, like, which is unheard of because my mouth has no leftover, like, bitterness or even, like, that funk you get from hazies. I understand why people are like, it's so good. Maybe because it is like, it's like when you get good vodka and it doesn't have too much flavor.
Right.
This is just, it's super, super easy to drink. So I get it.
Yeah, it's so good in how unremarkable it is almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely want to say there's like a little bit of like citrus in there.
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying. But it's not like an orange. That's why I said some
it's almost
tropical
like
fruit.
It's like a light pineapple.
Yeah, it's definitely a tropical fruit, but no, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, and once again, like I know I say this 1,000 times, but like if you're not a person who's into like super hoppy shit, but you still want to like try an IPA to like you want to say it's like, oh, it's an IPA I like, this might be one for you.
Yeah. But Chambers, do you know while we're doing this, you know what we're doing to our brains?
Enhancing?
Well, if enhancing means shrinking.
Yes. So speaking of minds, coming to us from, well, this is from Futurism.com. So they say that just one alcoholic drink per day appears to shrink your brain, scientists say.
Yeah, I was reading the article, and they said it was a study of, what was it, 30,000 or 40?
Team studied brain MRIs from over 36,000 entries in the UK Biobank database, which contains medical and genetic information from about 500,000 middle-aged and elderly British people. Now, to be fair, if you're in England, Britain, yeah.
Probably a drunk.
I mean, I could say it could be a bean-related problem. They eat a little too many beans, maybe too much blood sausage,
Maybe.
too much Marmite, maybe some of that fucking Marmite drink in your brain, eating that tar, not butter. Why do you spread it on shit? It's disgusting. What's wrong with you?
It's also a small island.
It is.
There's only so many options in a genetic pool. Some people's related somewhere.
Little crossbreeding.
All I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Look, you don't like microcomputers that much when
Queen's still a thing. But no.
The team of researchers came from the University of Penn and the University of Wisconsin-Madison. So, it's a random combo.
What I don't get is, so they did MRIs on these people. Unless you had a before MRI, like when they were at the whatever a prime age would be before alcohol was touched, how would you be sure, unless you're just assuming that the average brain was whatever the average brain is of a human or in that area, and now you're saying, well, these people have admitted to being alcoholics or drinkers, and their brains are shrunk.
Yeah, so they're saying in their research that the negative associations between alcohol intake and brain microstructure and microstructure are already apparent in individuals consuming an average of only 1 to 2 alcoholic drinks. And it becomes stronger as the alcohol intake increases. And that could be a problem. You think?
Yeah.
So they also went on to say that, like, the general thing is always, drinking's fine in moderation. And they're like, if you do 1 drink, it's not, like, super noticeable, but if you do 2 or more a day, then that's when it really starts to show.
Yeah.
And I guess to your point when you were saying earlier, like, if it's any kind of research, there has to be a control. So, like, they must have done, like, a pre-scan or something. It doesn't go into all the nitty-gritty details in this article, but
here's the deal. I found that funny when I hadn't realized, it was only a couple years ago when I saw what was it? The healthy amount to drink is like 2 drinks per day. I was like, that seems like a lot.
That's when we're talking about wine, too. Not really beer.
Well, no, they have the conversions are like beer, wine, liquor. And like liquor's like, now liquor is really like where it's only 1 or 2 ounces. So you're like, oh, that's bad. But like wine is what it is. And even beer, it's like, yeah, if you have whatever, I think it's like 16 ounces of beer twice a day. Now, I don't know what they're basing their alcohol percentage on, but Americans, we never follow that. And I feel like for the most part, unless you have the functioning alcoholic, like Americans are just like, I get really fucked up on the weekend, probably hit my limit on the weekend, and then most of the weekend take it easy. Whereas most of Europe is different, where they go, I have 1 or 2 drinks a day. Like, it's not, they don't drink to get drunk. Like, that's the custom there. It was more common, like, you have a glass of wine with dinner, maybe 2 tops. That's it. In Ireland and UK, going to a pub at lunch and having 1 pint was very common, and then another one at dinner. They're not getting shit-faced, so it's like they spread it out over the week. So, it's a different mentality.
Yeah, it's true. And they're saying these findings, while significant, have yet to conclusively demonstrate a causal link. The alternative, though, that people with small brains are more likely to drink, how dare you, seems far-fetched.
That's an interesting one. I mean, there's no doubt.
Some of the smartest people I know are fucking drunks.
I mean, and that's the thing, is like, what is... And shrinking of brain, even though I know in most studies, it's like the reason why humans are on the top of the food chain is because of the size of our brains, because it is pretty relative how smart you are to the size of your brain. That being said, I am sure you're doing damage to yourself all over your body, not just your brain, when you drink too much. But just doing 1 drink a day, I mean, maybe if you're a 90-pound person...
I applaud the people who could do 1 drink a day.
I mean...
I am definitely still more that college binging than...
Yeah, the binging
sipping.
is a thing. Like I said, it's... I don't know. I'd be very curious. Then again, the people who tell us that it's okay to do 1 or 2 drinks a day, put on your tinfoil hat, is that report being generated and funded by...
The globalists?
The alcohol industries.
Oh, well...
That's my point. So is it maybe a little influence to say it's fine? Like cigarettes used to be fine.
Possibly. Here's one thing why I can't do the 1 a day thing. So, like, I've noticed that on nights where we do the podcast, because if we're, like, during the week, if we're not doing the podcast, I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
So, like, on nights we do the podcast, like, I have, like, 2 beers, and for, like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's my nightcap. I'm, like, wired through the night. Like, I can't fall asleep until, like, 3 a.m. Maybe my body's just trained to be like, oh, this is the start of the fun.
Yeah. You're like,
From my years of abuse.
from your years of, no, you drink until you black out. You don't just start like this.
Those are the best sleeps I get. Man, saying it out loud really sounded a lot worse than I was thinking it. Uh-oh.
So we'll link the report below. You guys give us your thoughts on it. I mean, I'm also not doubtful alcohol has an impact on you. But as you said, some of the people who I know who lived the oldest were drinkers.
Yeah, I mean, if you're sloshed, you're probably thinking about stress a little less. So,
Yin and yang, Jim.
yin and yang. The healthiest way to... The cause of and solution to all life's problems,
That's
as
right.
they say.
So what's next?
I had no transition out of that.
You son of a bitch.
Oops. So, actually, next up. So this was kind of big news, kind of right after we recorded, as always tends to happen. But this was reported on a lot of different tweet accounts, but this one comes to us from Trash Bandicoot. So...
It's like Crash.
It's a good name. But it was like spelled, it was like Bandit cute. B-A-N-D-A-T cute. I'm just going to move on. So Nintendo's official Game Boy Advance emulator for Nintendo Switch just leaked. And this is a matter of waiting for NSO to add GBA.
God.
No, that came from nowhere. Right, please edit that.
Nope. That's staying in there for everyone else to enjoy as well.
I'm sorry.
You got the deep, rich sound through the microphone.
I'm sorry. Oh no, we turned up the microphones this week from last time.
Enjoy that, folks.
We're still learning the mixer. We're still learning to get this sound thing right. But yeah, so apparently, I forget where. It was maybe like Reddit or 4chan or one of them. Who knows?
The leak.
Apparently someone found a leak. So the games that were featured on there, Ninja 5.0, also known as Ninja Cop, which is an extremely expensive game these days. Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire, which I absolutely love. Super Robot Taisen Original Generation. No idea what that is. So I'm going to doubt a lot of these games make it to the North American one. So this is obviously the Japanese one, so it's probably a little more geared towards that. And Tactics Ogre, The Knight of Lotus. So I've never played a Tactics Ogre game, but tactical RPGs, they're cool. I played a few.
Excuse me. Also, as a early leak, like you said, one, if everything is true, so you get GBA, here's my first question, and I know it's a silly one because it's Nintendo. Is it going to be just like the Genesis and N64 where now you have to pay extra for the GBA
That's what
library?
I'm thinking it's probably going to be. Because, I mean, if they made enough money off them to sucker more people in.
So are they going to, do you think it'll be, I have to imagine they'll also do original Game Boy as well.
You would think eventually. Like, it's weird they jumped right to the Game Boy Advance. You think the original Game Boy would be easier to emulate.
That's what I'm figuring that, Game Boy Advanced, and eventually probably a DS.
I mean, unless maybe since the GBA and, like, the Super NES are kind of similar in, like, power and setup and shit like that. Like, the GBA is basically a portable Super NES. So
yeah, they'll milk, because how much
just a little easier to
extra
emulate.
was the Genesis and N64?
Wasn't it, like, fucking an extra $50 a year or something to get both of them? I forget, because we obviously have not signed up for that.
No, I still don't quite think it's worth it.
Or maybe it upped it to 50 a year. I forget.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, so if Nintendo goes down this path, I actually say it's a smart path for them, because eventually get GameCube, get Game Boy Advance, keep Switch as your only console moving forward, just upgrade it. And yeah, there's now their way of competing with Game Pass and the PS Now and all that. Like, that's their only way of competing for it.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I mean, make the people's money worth it, I guess. I mean, I think it would be smart to throw it on there just to bring more people into the base model of the Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah.
Because that's a complaint people have had forever is, you know, the games and how slow it takes to get on there and the quality of the games they play half the time. So
they do put some shit out there.
yes, they do.
And we scoop it up.
It's a lot of goddamn Jalico they throw on there. But yeah, there's also multiplayer games like Mario Kart and Curvin. So, you know, cool shit they're throwing on there like that. So,
Give it. I mean,
I'll be shocked if Curvin comes in the North American GBA lineup. But
I know it's blasphemy what I'm about to say, but I think any of these smashes any of the Mario Karts. I'll leave it at those two. It's useless to put the old ones because the new ones are just that much better. Party, I would argue, you have different game modes, unless you finally give a party with every old party game.
That was what the idea kind of between Superstars was, and then like they just gave you select ones. They could have done more.
They could have just released more, but like honestly, Smash, latest one, has every character you ever need. I know there's people who are like, oh, but the control, shut up. And Kart, same deal. Like at this point now, I mean they charged you for it, but now you got every old thing. So I'm that type where it's like, yeah, the new one has it all in it. Just do it. I don't know.
Makes sense. I mean, people want to relive the nostalgia, but then again, the netcoding for Switch Online sucks too. So like,
yeah,
like the main reason I would want N64 would be to play Mario Kart 64 online, but the netcoding sucks and shit like that. Then it's like, no, that kills that.
And you ain't good at that anymore.
Sorry, how dare you?
Just because you can beat me doesn't mean you're good, Jim.
Fucking dare! I can beat any normie, any of those goddamn speedrunners. No, I'd get blown out of the fucking water.
I think it's an obvious choice. It's a smart choice. Let's see what kind of price gouge they go for.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to see. I hope it comes out. I mean, what 4 games that you would want to see from the GBA? I know you don't know that much of the GBA library, but
no, honestly, I mean, I would have went with like the Castlevania games, but now that they've already been re-released everywhere else, there's not much I would honestly have to say.
Like either one of the Metroids for sure, like either Zero or Fusion. Mario Kart, I think, is going to be an obvious that they'd throw on there. There really wasn't like a mainline Super Mario game in general. They just re-released all the old ones with like the updated graphics.
I'll say Treehouse of Horror. I like the Dracula level.
Damn it!
In the Fly level, you're small.
That was Game Boy Color, so it doesn't count.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was a good little. It was a fun Simpsons game. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you know what? It was fun.
It was underappreciated.
It was one of the better ones.
Yeah,
I'll say that. It's a very low bar to be set, but yeah.
Just saying.
Let's see. Mario Kart, one of the Metroids. I guess they'd throw in like either like one of the like Mario Donkey Kong, one of those games, or maybe Wario Land.
Yeah,
throw one of them in there. I mean, then there's like the Fire Emblems, and there's a shitload of things.
But they won't do they'll throw like 1 or 2 fan favorites, one expensive one, and then dog shit, and months later they'll say, okay, here's another fan favorite.
Bring Ninja 5.0 though. I actually want to play that.
Just do what you did with TurboGrafx. Buy a repro for too much, play it, and be like, meh, it's fine. That's how it always goes with you, Jim.
At least I played it.
Damn it.
So, yeah. So, let us know in the comments below. What games would you want to see come to GBA Online? Because there's a fuckload of games on that goddamn console and a lot of good stuff.
And what's a good price point? I want to know what you guys think.
Like, I don't think Castlevania will come on there because, like, they already did that collection.
Nah, the Konami won't.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no. What's a good... if they say an extra $2 a month on top, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, I go with that. All right. And the last of their current news topics. This one I was not expecting to goddamn see.
I know. I saw it.
So, out of fucking nowhere. This came from us from Go Nintendo, but this blew up everywhere. Streets of Rage is getting a movie.
And you know what? I'm excited. Same director as John Wick.
Yep, that's what makes me cautiously optimistic.
I mean, John Wick, I felt like was a movie where everyone saw the preview and thought like this was a joke. And then you watch him and you said, oh, damn, this is good. And now it's a trilogy. Right? There's only 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then they have people like the guy who did the music for Sonic is in this, is doing the music, and the producer of, I forget what it said. But,
well, Sonic producer, DJ2 Entertainment, and Escape Artists Equalizer franchise, whatever the fuck that is. Oh, the Equalizer.
Equalizer, yeah.
Okay,
so what I would expect is
good action bones behind this, so.
You're going to see a violent. We
don't need anything deep. Just give us a cool movie with some great fight scenes.
Now, here's the deal. Since we know their whole go-to is sequels, I'd even be okay. Make the first one after the first movie, and then do the second. Don't just throw every character into the first one.
Yeah.
Don't do the DC approach, which fucks up all their franchises. Take your time.
Or the Resident Evil approach.
Yeah.
With their reboot.
Exactly. Do this one.
Let it breathe. You only need Axel, Blaze, and Adam. It's
Yep,
fine.
those three first.
And Mr. X.
Lead it into the second one. Build it up. You can forget the third. Go to the fourth.
Shut your whore mouth.
You don't need a kangaroo and a guy with a robot arm.
Yes, you do. and giant robot, cyborg robot Y.
The only way you do that robot arm guy right is if it's Ron Perlman.
Right. Brain in a Jar, Mr. X. Brain in a Jar was great in RoboCop 2. It'll be great in
Jim?
Streets of Rage 3.
No.
Yes.
So here's my question for you. Right away, I have my thoughts. The cast.
Fuck. I know.
So, so Adam, I think I go with Michael B. Jordan. He's like the go-to right age at this time. He
I
can
think
clearly,
if Chadwick Boseman was still alive, he'd probably get it, but yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I think Michael B. Jordan would be really good for that. Axel, I've been thinking so hard about that, and here's my jokey answer, but I'm sure he actually could pull it off. Would be a Chris Evans, just because eventually, if he needs a beard, he can do a beard and he can do a clean cut.
He's already ripped.
You know
He's
he
already
can
blonde.
get into the physique. I'm basically like, all right, even though I know it's easy enough to color someone's hair, I'm like, who's a blonde dude right now? My only fear is don't do some stupid, try to like appeal to the kids and give it to like Logan Paul. Please don't do that.
Oh, God.
Please don't do
I don't
that.
think he can act, so...
I don't either, but that wouldn't stop some studio head be like, oh, he has this many, like,
This is true.
someone stupid could say.
If he puts his mind to it, he can do anything, all right? Great in the wrestling ring, star boxer, raking in the money. He's a total package, Brian. He could be the next future action movie star as we know it.
You know, an actor who I just know can do anything. He's not blonde at all. You could always do a Tom Hardy, but I could also see him as Mr. X.
Yeah, I could see him as Mr. X, too.
I'm trying to think. Who else would be? Who's a blonde?
I would think, well, you always want someone like big and physically imposing, too, for Mr. X.
Well,
Sounds
yeah,
like you could do
need
like
someone much
like
bigger.
a Josh Brolin or something like that. Like, he's old, but he's still, like, imposing.
Yeah. Let's see. Axel, blonde-haired dude.
I think Chris Evans might be the perfect casting.
He's probably the...
No, in Outlook, they would do, like, Anson Elgort or some shit like that.
I don't even know
and
who
have
that
him,
is.
Like Baby Driver or...
Him? He can't even lift... Well, we did just have an emo, goddamn 90-pound Batman.
Hey,
So
I still want to see that.
I
heard
just
good
saw
things.
it. I just saw it.
Not impressed?
No. I liked the movie, but guess which part I didn't like about it?
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
Just can't get over it?
Well, you literally... hey, he put on muscle from when my wife made me watch Twilight. But he still looks like he's 100 pounds soaking wet. That's a problem for a guy that they try to make imposing. And he's not the super stealthy. He's like the Ben Affleck, like, I'm going to fight everyone Batman. That's a problem when you're that skinny. I'm sorry.
All right, fair enough.
And his hair is always covering his eyes, and he's always...
Well,
So I kind of have a problem with that.
it's not like a Batman's well-adjusted kind of guy.
He never wipes off his eye makeup either. You got to do that.
Do you, though?
You do. But we're getting off subject. So,
Well, bro, I guess eventually you took the tape off the thumb, so I guess eventually you got to grow out of things.
yeah, well, he's got to grow. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think Chris Evans would be an interesting choice because I'm trying to go for that long term. You start off with a dude, clean shaven face. Second one, he's a little bigger. Third one, he's got the beard.
Yeah.
Or fourth one, he's got the beard. So we'll see. Like I said, I like Michael B. Jordan. And then Blaze, who's a dark-haired actress.
It's weird. Like, if it was like 10 years ago, it would be like easy. Or even like 15 years ago with like Kate Beckinsale in her prime or shit like that. Or like all the action movies from like the 2000s. All the movies today, it's like, I don't know who the fuck I could throw in there.
Here's the deal. I could easily see Blaze be a character. They just want to go the other way. And it would be Gal Gadot.
Melissa McCarthy?
God damn it, Jim. For all I know, they could make it Aquafina. The really annoying chick in Crazy Rich Asians.
Didn't see that.
Okay. She's also the annoying chick in Shang-Chi.
Haven't seen
What
it.
the hell was the name of that movie?
Yeah, I know. Shang-Chi, whatever.
Yeah, Shang-Chi. Who's a dark-haired action star right now?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, you couldn't put, like... What's her face? Jennifer fucking...
Jennifer
Jennifer
Gardner?
Lawrence.
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, like she had her time doing the movies,
Yeah.
but then like, she's like kind of above that now.
You'd have to get some like up and cut. Honestly, though, that could easily go to like a wrestling chick.
Or once again, talking about 10 years ago, like God knows she can't fucking act her way out of a paper bag, but like you throw Ronda Rousey in there, you'd be like, oh, that makes sense.
It would make sense. Yeah. And here's the deal: you're not going to that movie for acting.
You never know, Bri. You could be blown away.
No, you ain't going to
Be
it.
blown away by some quality
Yeah,
acting.
Mr. X, I want to see someone very big and imposing. But I want the villain to be handled right. So yeah, Josh Brolin, like I want a legit actor too who can actually do. Even if
He's gonna have to carry the movie, basically.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna need to have like an excellent fucking villain.
Yeah, so you need that because that leads into the second movie, and really the only character I care about trying to cast is Max. It's like obviously The Rock.
Cena.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I'm trying to think someone even bigger than him that's an actor though. God, it would probably.
Batista.
I was gonna say it'd probably go to Batista.
It'll all
Actually,
just be the wrestlers.
It probably. I mean, it almost has to be for Max. It actually has
he
to
is
be
a wrestler, so it makes sense. Yeah.
But no, you know what? I'm cautiously optimistic. I am looking forward to it. Give me, like you said, give me good action, violence.
Good action and a good villain, and the rest will be gravy.
Yeah. But you know what? Here's the weird thing.
I want to see what they do with the bosses, and which ones they bring in, and which ones how they
Oh,
adapt.
yeah.
them.
I think they definitely have Baron. I think they have
Baron was
the
two.
chick. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Or Barbara.
Oh, you know they'll have the twins.
Gotta have the twin. They will definitely have the
better
twins.
fucking have a goddamn police
fat
car.
guy?
No, police car pull up with a rocket launcher.
Oh,
If
you gotta have
don't
that.
have that, I don't trust the movie at all. I'm more worried about what are they going to do with the soundtrack. Like you have to sprinkle in the main Streets of Rage theme,
Right.
and almost like Sonic, how like at the
Just
end,
throw a goddamn dump truck at Yuzo Koshiro and make him just remix the old songs.
just do something.
Just do that.
You know what? Like I don't even care if like you update it, modernize it with like how
Have him work with Daft Punk to make it
yeah,
modern or something.
just do
Yeah.
it. Just do it. Figure it out, because that's going to be very important. I mean, the soundtrack is just as important as the game. So yeah. I'm really excited. I definitely want us to follow whatever news comes out about that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Chambers.
What the fuck was that?
Hurt.
How do you hurt yourself clapping?
You know how the Hulk does it? The thunderclap?
Yeah, you're not a radiation monster either.
Yeah, but it kind of came back on me. I didn't do the right form. I didn't do it in front of me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I think you have a case of OLD. I think that's what the fuck's happening over here.
So, all right, Chambers. I got another Which Is Worse for you. And I think it'll be interesting. I don't know if it'll be as hard as last time.
All right.
Maybe it will. Neither option's good, so you don't try to cop out and be like, I'll do neither.
Okay.
So,
Here we go.
from this point forward in your life,
All right.
you can only drink every alcoholic drinks, beer, wine, liquor, at warmer than room temperature. So, like, not just like, oh, it's been sitting out, like
But
it's
slightly warm.
like the sun's probably hit it a little bit, where it's that really annoying, like piss warm.
Okay.
Or every single game, including every retro game you love, has PlayStation 1 load times. And I'm talking like the worst PlayStation 1 load times. So if you load up Streets of Rage 2 in between each level, you're waiting and waiting
Okay.
and waiting.
I have an answer.
Okay.
I'm drinking the piss because eventually I'll get drunk. And then I won't mind as much.
Now, are you think you'll still drink beer as much as you do?
Probably not. I'd probably just move to straight liquor just to get out of the way faster. Make the pain end.
That's interesting. You went that route. Okay. You don't think you ever, but I mean, you know what you'll never get again is on a hot summer day, a nice cold beer. Like you can, yeah, sure, you could have cold sodas, but your beers, your Keystone. Imagine only drinking that piss warm.
Piss warm Keystone.
Your White Claws. What are you going to do? How refreshing are they going to be then?
Not very refreshing, I'll tell you that. But now I still say there's a quicker escape with the piss alcohol.
Interesting. Okay. Huh. So when I thought of that, now granted I only thought of this about 15 minutes before we record it. I thought kind of like you. Like,
Why does everything with me turn to me just getting drunk as quick as possible to escape at the problem at hand? What the fuck?
Jim, I think we see a pattern.
We need to turn into a therapy session.
We need to get an MRI of your brain, see how much it's
Dude,
drunk.
that thing is down to here. There's nothing left.
As crazy as it sounds, the load times, I'm at that point where, like, when there's a load time, I can grab a beer. I can grab something to eat. I'm also, like, at this stage where I don't know if you are, especially if it's a game I played a lot, I'm fine, like, listening to a podcast or music in the background or doing something else while I'm gaming.
Uh-huh.
So maybe I've just grown patient with the shit, especially now, granted, if you're playing, now it won't apply to, like, if you're playing a online multiplayer game, while you're playing, it's not loading. It's just those in-between modes.
Right.
They're annoying as hell, and it will make a game like Streets of Rage, which only takes 25 minutes, like now it's an hour.
Yeah.
At least. But
waiting a full minute and a half between fucking levels in Streets of Rage, that would be painful.
I don't like it, but I think you and I have one advantage of our generation is we remember load times, and yes, they're annoying to us, but we've lived with them, and you can kind of go, okay, this sucks, but whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like newer generations, having never really experienced what a long load time is,
Ooh,
like
you fucks.
they've never downloaded from Napster. They've never had 56K modems. Like, they don't know what slow is. Like,
We earned our nipples, god damn it.
when people bitch about something being slow these days, I go, that's not slow. Like, so I can kind of live with it.
Well, you know what? The kids today, they traded in consistent load times for every once in a while they're gonna have to sit around for an hour waiting for an update to go through.
Yeah, but they're also satiated with a million other things. Like you, I'm just gonna play my Switch while I'll do this.
Yeah, it is true.
So they always have something else. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm thinking of that. Like, you're in a pool, it's summertime, you're on the beach. I don't want to just bring water to the beach. I want a cold beer. I don't want piss warm beer. There's nothing that stops me quicker from drinking than if somehow my beer got piss warm. It's very rare, but if my beer goes warm in my hand, I'm kind of like, I'm done with this. I'm moving on to a cold beer. So
It'll be tough.
Jim, enjoy.
It'll be tough. Maybe that's why the British brains are so small, drinking all that warm beer all this goddamn time. That is their culture. Maybe that's what's sapping it down.
Jim, I want you to do a test for a week.
Oh, God.
I want you to just try drinking warm beer and see if you come back and say, you know what? Never mind. Oh. You know, as the weather warms up, leave a case outside and then only drink that. See how that does to you.
God. Jesus Christ.
See if you don't change it. All of a sudden, you're like, PS1, I love you.
Yeah, I know, right? I just started kissing Fighting Force.
Yep. So you guys in the comments below, you did it last time, and I appreciate it. Let us know which one is worse to you. Obviously, neither one is good. And if you're someone who doesn't drink, apply it to every other beverage in your life. Waters, sodas, milk. Nice warm milk.
I don't even like milk cold. Fuck.
So with that, guys, I guess before we go, Chambers, what's your thoughts?
Once again, like, it's just a very solid IPA. It's a lot more drinkable and smooth than most hazies. So yeah, because like we talked about a lot of hazies before, and we're like, I don't get it. It's like a little bit too much for the most part. But this one's like a lighter approach, just in general, to an IPA,
It's
much
not
less
bad.
to hazy.
No,
so.
and you know what? As I'm finishing it, I definitely get more of that pineapple, like you said.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a more sweeter citrus fruit. I would highly recommend it. And like I said, this is a nice way. This and the other few IPAs I have, trying to go out on a high note before we take a month off from it.
I'm surprised by like the incredible amount of lacing that's
There's
still in the glass.
tons
Tons
of lacing in this guy. So with that, we want to say thank you all so much for watching and supporting us. And if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. If you're listening to us on iTunes or Spotify, please hit subscribe. And if you leave a 5-star rating, we will read whatever comment you leave us, even if you want to bash us. We appreciate it. JD Mains, thank you once again so much for updating the Patreon.
Madman.
And with that, we want to say have a good night, everyone, and cheers.
Cheers, guys.